Do this instead of exercise to burn the most belly fat. What if I were to tell you that exercise is fairly useless for losing weight? Now, before you accuse me of heresy, let me explain. There's no doubt that exercise is one of the best things in the world you can do for your health. Exercise improves mood, in some studies, as well as antidepressants. And it's great for your heart. Recent research shows that it even helps you grow new brain cells. And people who exercise on a regular basis have a lower risk for cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. But weight loss, not so much. Does that seem contrary to everything you've heard? Of course it does. But don't shoot the messenger. Here's the truth. The exercise weight loss equation is way more complicated than we've been led to believe. Let's start with calories. Most people overestimate calories burned during exercise by a long shot, just as they typically underestimate daily calorie consumption. Ditto. Forget what the computer readout on the stair climbers and treadmills at the gym say. According to the Mayo Clinic, even high-impact aerobics only uses up about 511 calories an hour. Walking at a pace of 3.5 miles per hour barely uses 300. You can wipe that out with one medium meal at McDonald's. Heck, you can wipe it out with one big low-fat muffin from Starbucks. Then there's the appetite factor. Exercise makes people hungry, and people often compensate for exercise by eating more. I've seen people at the gym scarf down energy drinks that contain the calorie equivalent of 2 days' worth of workouts. Plus, there's good old garden variety self-deception. Ever told yourself, I can indulge with a Krispy Kreme today because I've just worked out? Sorry, that's like saying you've saved some money by buying milk at Target, so you might as well go to dinner at the Four Seasons. The math just doesn't work out. Interestingly, the research is very clear that it's next to impossible to keep weight off unless you exercise regularly. But using exercise alone as a weight loss strategy is, forgive the bad pun, an exercise in futility. That's why the best trainers have a saying, you can't out-train a bad diet. So, does that mean that you should give up exercising? Absolutely not. But it does mean you should give up the pipe dream of losing belly fat just because you started walking. Belly fat happens for two reasons, both related to hormones. The first is that you eat too many carbohydrates, which cause your insulin levels to go sky high. Insulin, also known as the fat-storing hormone, is secreted by the pancreas whenever your blood sugar rises. And what makes it rise the most and stay up there the longest is sugar and processed carbohydrates. Cut the carbs, lower your insulin, and you've removed one of the main causes of belly fat accumulation. The second reason you've got belly fat is because of stress. When you're under stress, your body pumps out another hormone called cortisol, which sends a message to the body to accumulate fat around the middle. The reasons for this are complicated and have to do with the primitive fight or flight response. But the bottom line is that excess cortisol is a signal for the storage of belly fat. Since belly fat is the most metabolically active fat, it's also the most dangerous. Apple shapes are at far more risk for heart disease and metabolic problems like diabetes. What to do? What to do? First of all, cut out sugar. No kidding. And I'm not just talking about the white stuff in the bowl that you've added to coffee. I'm talking about foods that convert to sugar in a heartbeat and have the exact same effect on your fat-storing hormone, insulin, as the white stuff does. Cereals, breads, pasta, cookies, rice, crackers, and soda. Especially soda. Lowering carbs and boosting protein and fat is the surest and quickest way to get insulin levels under control. And that's the first and probably most important step to losing belly fat. Remember, insulin doesn't just store fat. It also metabolically locks the doors to the fat cells, making losing fat fiendishly difficult. If you want to lose weight, you've got to control your insulin levels. It's that simple. And the fastest and most effective way to do that is to cut way back on carbs, as that is the major macronutrient that drives insulin up in the first place. How ironic it is that we've been avoiding fat all these years, when fat is the one macronutrient that has virtually no effect on insulin. But don't get me started. The second thing you can do is figure out how to manage your stress. This isn't an article on stress management, so I'll leave it to you to come up with how best to do it. Just know that managing stress needs to be on your radar if you want to have a body you can be proud of. And if that's not enough of a motivation, consider that stress is one of the 4 main horsemen of aging, meaning it contributes to every major disease on the planet. And in some cases, it can outright kill you. Now, if you can do those 2 things, lower your carbs and your insulin, and lower, or at least manage your stress, you'll finally be on your way to losing that belly fat. Add exercise to the mix, and you'll turbocharge the results. But do exercise without the dietary chain, and you'll still be jogging on that treadmill a year from now, wondering why nothing's happening. Perhaps most important of all, remember to keep an open mind to new ideas. Always do your own homework, and combine that with common sense to figure out what's best for you.
Please visit us today at naturalhealthsherpa.com/free and download these 3 free reports: Secrets to Natural Weight Loss, Amazing Superfoods to Boost Your Health, and Natural Therapies to Combat the Deadliest Diseases.